Alrighty, welcome to Supernatural Journals, My Haunted. Wow, okay, we're just gonna leave that in because this is spitball. So, welcome back to Supernatural Signals, My Haunted Journal edition. If you're new here and new to this series, this is just a place that I usually do like once a week where I update on any paranormal hauntings I might be experiencing, or if nothing happens, maybe I'll reflect on some stuff that previously happened to me, or I also do like updates on the channel and maybe like small life updates such as like, oh, this is the book I'm reading and or TV shows I'm watching, just like kind of like a chit chat update, no really editing type style type deal. Um, so I decided to do one today. And again, if you're new here, just I'm probably gonna say this in every update journal for a while. I had an influx of paranormal activity a few years ago, and since then things have trickled down, but it's still present in my life. And so every time when I do see something kind of off or whatever, I don't always record in these journals just because it's kind of the norm for me. Um, Not always, but sometimes. And then I document the things that are like something I think in my gut, in my spiritual gut, I guess you want to call it, that I feel like, okay, this is worth at least documenting. And if I need to think about what happened before and connect it to something else, I have it documented. So that's basically in a nutshell. And if you're curious about my other paranormal experiences, my haunted journals are linked below, and I also share them in certain other of my longer, more edited videos. Okay, with all that said, I guess this weekend or this week there was actually stuff worth noting, but nothing so like oh my gosh that was terrifying, or oh my gosh that was new or something like that. But there was a couple things that kind of like enough for me to like say, okay, maybe just document it just in case. The first thing I'm going to start, and they're both two different things, and it's going to be maybe surprising of what scared me most. Not scared me, but more gave me an eerie feeling, and I'll explain why. But I guess I'll start with the thing that scared me the less, and it's more like annoying, I guess is the right word. But sorry, um, was that I was for the last couple of days I've been hearing like, how can I put this? Maybe I should script these a little bit more, but that's okay. Um, the last couple of days I've been hearing like weird noises from my bathroom. And the first time, like I used to have, I have like sometimes when I'm like cleaning my room or something like that, I'll have a trash bag on one of my like doors so I could just put trash in there or whatever, you know. And I noticed it kind of like would make when I'd be lying in bed, it would make like noises, right? Like it would kind of like sound like it's like falling or like making, you know, how trash bags make those noise when you like move them or whatever. I'd hear those noise. And previously I'd always chalk it up to my cat Boo, because my baby, who my love of my life, sadly is not here right now, and she used to always go into the trash, no matter, I mean, till the last moment, literally. She was always fuzzing around. If she saw a trash thing that was out in the open, she'd be like, cat food, and like try and claw in it, right? That was just her personality. And, and so like I was kind of always used to that sound or whatever, but obviously she's not here. And so I was like, that's kind of weird. But I kind of ignored it because sometimes trash bags, when they're hanging on a wall and there's not a lot in it, they'll settle, right? Like, so you put something in there, even it's like an hour later, sometimes it's heavy and it'll like settle into the trash. So I didn't think of it, right? But I heard it a few times. And then, like, since then, I've been hearing kind of like, I don't, it's like almost like between a thud and a knock in my bathroom. And it's not enough to like freak me out because like I said, I've been through a lot of paranormal activity, and so it's almost like not enough to I guess, freak me out, I guess is the right word. More like kind of, I guess, annoy a little bit, like more like, what is that? And at first, again, I thought it was just like, oh, sometimes the bathroom makes noises, right? And this isn't like a brand new house. It's not super old, but it's not brand new either. And it'll make like some thudding noises or some, you know what I mean, stuff like that. But the other day, it was very apparent. It wasn't just like a pipe thing or something like that. It was kind of like, I'm trying to, I guess it wasn't like that. I was trying to hit the table. I don't know how to describe it. If I hear it again enough, because it only happens like for a second, right? Like, it doesn't happen enough for me to like take a video and do it, right? I'll hear it like one or two times and it'll stop. And it's usually at night, like around 8 or 9. And so again, it's not freaking me out, but it is kind of like making me curious of what it is. I guess if that makes sense. And I peep in there and like there's nothing there. Like it's just this weird kind of banging noise, I guess. Is banging / thudding is the best way I can describe it. So it's not like bang, 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 and it's not like a soft thud. It's like or a muffled thud. It's kind of in between is the best way I can describe it. And then the other thing, and this kind of freaked me out more, and I think it's because, I don't know, it's just the stuff that with the paranormal world and things like that kind of like makes me more uneasy, which might confuse people. But I was walking and I was taking out my trash the other day, and it was day. It was still day, and I was taking it out, and I guess it was kind of getting sunsetting. And I was taking out the trash, and in the sky, I just saw this bright crack of light. And I can't describe it. It wasn't a lightning bolt at all. And it wasn't like a star shooting down, because I've seen those. It definitely wasn't a plane. It was like a pop of light is the best way I can describe it. Like it was like a little, like I don't know how else to describe it. It was really weird. It's something I've never seen in like movies. It was not something I've seen in movies or like people showing like UFO things on YouTube. It's not like that. And everyone's like, oh, people seen light and stuff. The way I can describe it is like, it wasn't like a firecracker. It wasn't like it literally was like between like, it was like a golden yellow color, and it kind of was like, it wasn't long, and it kind of just like popped and like spread out for a quick second, but it didn't spread out far like a firecracker or a firework, I guess is the right word. And it just kind of went, and it like, and I couldn't even really tell if it made a sound, because like, you know how sometimes when you see things, like you make the sound in your head. I don't know if people do that, but sometimes that happens to me. But it was like this little crack flash thing, and that was it. But for some reason, that scared me more than the thud of the thud in my bathroom. Like for some reason, with the thud in my bathroom, I'm like, okay, like, but I guess because of the visual of it, and like not ever, like you can't explain that, right? With the thuds, you can say like, oh, it's the pipes. I could find an explanation if I really tried, even if it's not true, right? But that, like, there's no way I can be like, oh, yes, it was it wasn't a firecracker. It was like like kind of sun setting down, but it was still bright enough. Like, it wasn't like in the middle of the night. And the best way I can describe it was like a golden yellow color. And it was kind of shaped like a star, but not like with all the points. And it kind of like went, and then it just like crackled and then went away. And that is what I experienced. I don't know if I'll experience it again, because I don't have a lot of experience with like that type of energy, as far as like seeing things in the sky and stuff like that, like UFO energy. I did tell a story about a guy, which it'll be in my Haunted Journal series, about a guy that I felt had alien vibes back when I was a teenager, and I'll link that below in a Haunted Journal series. But yeah, I don't know. That's what happened. I'm sorry for the rambling again, but this is just kind of me rambling. But yeah, so I guess that's it as far as the paranormal stuff that's been going on. Um, yeah, that's for like worth documenting, I guess. Other than that, just kind of laying low and doing some podcast. I'm working on the podcast. The next episode should be out soon. And I've been watching Jeannie and Georgia. I actually finished that this weekend with my boyfriend, so that was really good. And yeah, other than that, I mean, I've been kind of anxious lately and I don't really have a reason for it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna stay low and do my own thing. I don't know. Every time when I feel like I have this energy, I'm just like, do my own thing and stay low. And yeah. So yeah, that's about it. I'm sorry for this really short update. But yeah, I just thought I wanted to document just in case I see that crack again. Even if it's a year from now, I'll remember that I saw it before. So, and if I do hear the banging in my bathroom, I will try and record it. But like I said, it's when I even start to think about it, it's like long gone because it's not like something that's continuously banging. It'll be like one or two thumps, and then it'll go away. So. Anyway, sorry if you're new here and this is the first video you're seeing, but I hope everyone is doing well. If you come across this video and if you have anything that was spooky that came across your path this week, please let me know in the comments. And other than that, stay curious and stay tuned into the supernatural. Thanks for listening.